Hey everybody, this is Guy with Survive. Thank you so much for stopping by. In this video, I'd like to briefly explain in full why we moved back to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. When we originally took over manufacturing from Millet, I realized there were some serious workflow issues and some real risks in being so detached from a lot of my preferred service providers. The Boise heat treater just didn't have the right equipment and things to heat treat all the steels that we like to work with. So I like to do the best result, and looking at alternatives, trying to stay in Boise, our next best move would have been someone like Stack Metallurgical up in Oregon. So we were still shipping parts many hours away, and that wasn't solving any of our larger workflow issues or our wanting to control our batch sizes for heat treat. So by moving back to Pennsylvania, that puts us in an early morning driving distance from Peter's heat treat. So that was one of the benefits. Also, our lease, when we took it over from Millet, our lease had gone up 25%, which seemed unreasonable to me, but it was okay. When we went to extend our lease for another 2 years, I thought we just had a 2-year lease extension, but due to the competitive market in Boise, when we went to renew, our base lease had doubled. Again, that wasn't solving any of our workflow issues and things that I was seeing, so we decided not to extend our lease and instead let them start to look for a new tenant. When we ran into the decarb issue, we had to unfortunately extend, and since they had already found a tenant, we absolutely at that point had to move. But the point of that is also getting back here to reconsolidate and lower our overhead expenses so that we can better serve you guys. So since the higher lease rate and being detached from our service providers wasn't really providing anything that was viable, we had always planned since taking over the manufacturing to move back east here, where everything is a really easy morning driving distance from us or shorter. So our workflow since moving back here, other than some move-in delays, has been excellent. Now that we've got the shop fully buttoned up and we're into a good groove, everything's nice. We're able to control every aspect of everything, have really good face-to-face communication with everyone we work with, and things aren't, we're not dropping so many balls and trying to express things through phone calls and emails. That's just, I don't see much value in that when we have such high standards and we're trying to do the best job possible. It's good to just talk to people and look them in the eye. So that's the reason for moving. They're just, other than that, I don't really like Boise. I much preferred North Idaho, and we moved down to Boise sort of against our will. So when that relationship didn't work out with Millet, we just didn't want to really be there. It's really far to get out to what I consider the outdoors. That isn't just, green belt sort of stuff. I like being up in the woods, and being a manufacturer and being so tied to our shop, it's a lot easier to get outside, make videos, and spend some quality time when we're in a smaller town. We have all the benefits of being close to our service providers here, but more of the overhead and expenses and the pace of a small town being here in Gettysburg. So that's the reason for our move, and I hope that clears up any confusion. It's just, I've seen some different opinions on that, but it's just that we want to do what's best for the business and want to be able to serve you guys. So we made that decision based on that. And I'm honestly getting back into a much clearer headspace being back here and gaining control. It's really hard when you have high standards, but very little control over things. It's maddening. So we're back here now, and just to explain some of the move-in delays real quick, some of you you're gone already, but when we showed up, we thought that our shop space was done. As it turns out, Gettysburg construction was falling a bit behind. So when we arrived with 4 tractor trailer loads of equipment and things, we didn't even have a roll-up door. There wasn't even a hole in the building to bring the equipment into our space. The concrete was still drying. We didn't have bathrooms. We didn't have running water. Our electrical wasn't finished. A lot of things that they thought were done, that we thought were done upon arriving, we had to arrive to find out that they were in fact not done. So we had to find other places to park our equipment in this complex. It just got a lot slower and more expensive than we were anticipating, what was explained to us when we landed. So there were some delays moving in, and in full transparency, I want to explain everything to you guys now. This is really good for my mental health and clarity, just to show you guys what's going on, because my motivations are to serve you and to do something of value. So we're going to keep explaining everything and just giving you a blow-by-blow of everything that's going on in the shop as all these things leave the door now. And I hope you guys can see the much more positive direction we're moving into now that we're back here. So with that explained, we're going to put all this to bed now. I think we've answered a lot of the primary questions in recent videos, so we'll be able to just reference these videos as explaining this. And I just kind of want to put this to bed and move on in a more productive direction as Survive Manufacturing in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So with that said, I'm going to get back to work. You guys have a great day, but stop back often. We have a lot going on and we're very excited to share it with you. Those birds have a lot to say.